In today's video, we find out what happens when Darth Vader and his 501st troopers meet HighCard and his henchmen. Who's going to win in this fight? Previously, we did Darth versus HighCard only, but now with the backup of the henchmen and the 501st, it's going to be a super exciting fight. See which team is going to win. In the past, we've done this sort of fight with Iron Man's army versus Doom's army, and we've even done this with IO versus the 7. It's going to be super awesome, so we kind of know what we're doing, but we still have to come up with a plan. But before we get into the plan, roughly 98% of you guys watching this video right now aren't already subscribed, so tap that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're getting so close to 500,000, and for some reason, YouTube keeps unsubscribing people, so just double check and make sure you are subscribed. So the plan for today's video was to locate the location of boss Darth Vader, which we know is a guaranteed spawn just north of the map, and then take Darth Vader over to any of the HighCards with his troopers. Now, it's not as simple as that because the storm closes very quickly in the space of 10 minutes, so we have to select which troopers are the best to take Darth to. Unfortunately, it's too difficult to move the troopers because they've executed Order 66, so if we take out the 2 at Darth, then we can move them to any of the others. Then we will force push the HighCards over to the location of the troopers and Darth when we move Darth, and we should be able to make all 6 of these meet together and make the battle take place. So jumping into the game, after showing you guys the plan, my objective was to grab a green lightsaber and use it to move HighCard. Now my team were going to go and grab Darth, they were going to locate the troopers as well, so I simply land in and look for a car. Cars are fairly easy to find, I find one nice and easily, and I'm set to go. Also, just on a side note, if you haven't already, I made a game called 50-50 Big Battle in UEFN. It's a crazy map, it's really fun, it's got like every vehicle in, a bunch of weapons, almost all the weapons in the game, and just a 50-50 crazy fight. Super action packed, you can snipe people, you can eliminate people. I spent an absolute ton of time building it, so if you guys want to go and support a project outside of my channel, you can take a screenshot of the code right now and pop in, or you can just pop in if you see it and discover 50-50 Big Battle. It's super awesome. I think you guys will really enjoy it. Anyway, let's jump back into driving my car. Alright, so I'm driving my car, and obviously I've got to locate that green lightsaber. Green lightsabers spawn on the first form of the storm usually, so they're quite easy to find. We all split up and search for them, and we do a pretty good job, and we come across them quite rarely, but every now and then you do find one. And luckily enough, I found an Obi-Wan spawn here, went over to Kenobi, spoke to him, and he gives me the ability to use the force of the green lightsaber, which is the force push, which is the best one, the force push in my opinion, and we can use that against the HighCard to move them around. Now luckily HighCard is not a hostile mob, or boss should I say, so pretty awesome, and he won't take us out, and that's pretty good. So let's grab ourselves some resources. We could do with a few slaps, a few heals as well, just in case we do get damaged by anything, and we can rotate over to the location of HighCard. Now in this situation, we are constantly keeping our eye on where the storm is forming and where to go next. We've managed to already move HighCard out of his main spawn. My team's already done that while I was getting my green lightsaber, and he's now over on this side. So the reason he's over here is because we were going to take him to the clone troopers behind us, but as the storm's closing in 25 seconds and it's on the edge of the storm, it's probably a good idea to move closer towards the middle by Frenzy. Now luckily enough, we do have a great spawn for the clone troopers at Frenzy. There's actually 2 spawn spots for them. There's their main camp spawn, and also they spawn on the road as well. So I'm focusing HighCard. My other 2 teammates around me have got green lightsabers. They're moving the wild cards, which are HighCard's assistant NPCs, which are his guards, should I say. And obviously HighCard can be a little bit difficult to move. You can see he's kind of not sprinting, but he's running a little bit, so we can just keep force pushing him over this house and slowly get him into position. Now luckily enough, the clone troopers will not aggro onto HighCard, so if we force push HighCard into a clone trooper, it'll be okay. Initially they won't fight until Darth arrives, so we're kind of good, but HighCard's being really annoying here. What's he doing? He's going through this house. This house is an absolute nightmare to get him through, and the force is just not strong enough to take down the entire house, but it's strong enough to push him around. I'm trying to locate him. HighCard, where are you at? What's he doing in the bathroom? No, he's not in there. He's not in there. Where is he? He's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, he's over there. He's there with his guard. So it looks like we've got a guard over here, HighCard as well. We can get them moving, so get that one moving there. Guard over here. Let's get this one moving as well. So us and our team here are working well. They'll move the guard. I'll get HighCard on the roof while I can now get the opportunity to get him over this house, get him out of here. I've also got the guard here as well, who's landed on the roof. Let's get him off there as well. Perfect. That should send them perfectly into the location of the clone troopers spawns, and that should be all of them. My other team moved the other wild card over. HighCard's here as well, so HighCard and his 2 wild card guards are here. It's a big mouthful, that wild card guards. I'm just going to call them wild card for now because that's their actual name, but HighCard is here as well. Wild card's on the right. There's 2 of them ready for protection, and everything is set to go. We're kind of keeping him in the position, just keep forcing them into the camp. As long as we don't go too far into the camp, the clones won't aggro onto us, and we can just keep moving HighCard here as he does slowly start to walk out. Darth Vader is about to arrive, so we're going to switch over to the replay as he does arrive. And as you can see, we force push these final ones in and they aggro onto each other. Darth arrives on that right side over there. You can see we've got Darth in here, we've got the wildcard fighting the 501st Trooper inside of here. Absolute crazy battle between them two. Over on his far side, we've got another wildcard aiming in on that 501st Trooper. Darth moving around on that back side over there. Wildcards in front, 501st Troopers fighting it out. Darth by the tree over there. We've got one fight happening here between the 501st and the wildcard, trying their best to hit each other. We've got Darth over on that left side, another 501st Trooper in the back over there. Darth force pushing around. You can see we've got wildcard over here. He's aiming in onto one of the 501st Troopers, missing a few shots there. A little 1v1 between 501st and wildcard is happening in two situations. We've got one here and one over to the left, and we've got Darth and HighCard having a battle over on that far side, which we'll switch over to in a second. You can see this fight between these two is going on quite well. We're going to force push them back into the battle. We've got HighCard here. He's rotating out a little bit, so we're going to have to push him back in. HighCard's not done too much action yet. He's now in play, though. He's now fighting onto the 501st Troopers, lasering in on these. We've got Darth on this right side. You can see him over there. 501st getting absolutely lasered by HighCard. Wildcard trying his best here to eliminate the clone trooper, missing a few shots on the clone trooper. Takes down one of the 501st clone troopers instantly. Darth moving in into the wildcard henchman. He goes for him. He force pulls the chest towards him. He throws him and hits him for the chest, but doesn't do much damage with that chest, but that's okay. Wildcard trying his best to hit Darth, missing a few shots onto Darth Vader. Darth Vader approaching the wildcard, taking a little bit of damage from it, but not enough. Throws him with another lightsaber, misses a few shots with that lightsaber, then takes a little bit extra damage onto Darth Vader. Looks like Darth doing another force throw and misses with the lamppost there. He tries his best to hit with a little sign, but doesn't do enough damage. Obviously, Wildcard trying to get the finish on the 501st Trooper and manages to get it. 501st Trooper down, Wildcard holding his ground. So it looks like one Trooper is down. Wildcard and Darth having a battle here. One of the Wildcards trying his best to do damage to Darth. Darth dodging a few of the damage there. Force pulls the wildcard into him, does a bunch of damage with the slashes there onto the wildcard, and it's a crazy battle between these two. We will force these push towards the location of HighCard, force pushing them over there. HighCard now positioning in on Darth, lasering in the best he can. He's still targeting on the 501st Trooper though. Darth and Wildcard taking that fight on that left side. Another 501st Trooper in here. There's actually extra 501st Troopers coming in, rotating over, so they've got a little bit of an advantage here, but it's okay. We're doing all right. Darth doing all right. He's trying to swing in, doing as much damage as he can. Darth actually is performing much better than I expected. He's rotating between different wildcards and different people, doing as much damage as possible. Obviously, the wildcard can't deal damage when Darth's blocking. Darth pulls him into him, slashes him a little bit more, gets an extra damage on. Again, dodging damage, throws him with the lightsaber throw, and takes down the first wildcard guard for HighCard. Obviously, on this side over here, we have HighCard fighting against Darth Vader in this battle over here. They're trying their best to fight each other. HighCard dealing as much damage as possible. Whoa, Vader gets absolutely forced away there into HighCard, and now they're still in a pretty close combat. He tries pulling that there with the force pull, but fails to pull it. We force push them away each other, just try and get them some distance, because HighCard absolutely beamed Darth Vader there. HighCard beaming Darth Vader here. Darth Vader just not doing anything, standing completely still, swings in on the HighCard, dealing a bunch of damage against the HighCard. HighCard trying his best and actually takes down Darth Vader this time. Huge surprise there for the HighCard coming in clutch against that, but the 501st Troopers are still standing, and so is one of the wildcards. Who is going to win in this battle here? You can obviously HighCard beaming in onto the 501st Trooper, gets force pushed in this situation. HighCard gets taken out there in the storm by one of the 501st Troopers through the air when he's on force push, which means there's only a 501st Trooper left versus the wildcard. Who's going to win this battle in this 1v1 situation between a wildcard and a 501st Trooper? Who will get the final stand here in this battle of the battles of Season 2 of Chapter 4? Here we go. Wildcard trying his best, still on damage on the 501st. 501st Trooper dealing a little bit of damage there. You can see 501st Trooper moving in. He's trying to get some shots onto the Wildcard. Wildcard hitting onto the 501st Trooper, dealing a little bit of damage, but not enough to get that extra damage that he needs. He is dodging a few shots. They're using the crouch. 501st trying to laser in onto the Wildcard. Wildcard missing a few shots. We push him in a little bit into the fight here. Is Wildcard going to be able to get the finish, or is 501st going to get it? And 501st takes the W. Easy little elimination. Absolutely insane. I did not expect that. But if you guys haven't already, don't forget to check out 50/50 Big Battle. The code's on screen. This is what it looks like in Discover if you do see it. So pop in, give it a go, and see what you think of it. It's super awesome, and I built it for you guys to enjoy. And don't forget, if you want to support the channel even further, you can use code POST in your item shop. That's POST. It really does go a long way, so thank you anyone considering to do that. And have a lovely rest of your day. Peace.